Always start the game with a party, right? Hey, everybody. As we last left off, we finally freaking did it. We got more of the beautiful goldfish. Freaking finally. Now it's just to play the game to the end. Like my life, waking up in the bathroom thinking where I left off. Oh. But does your bathroom play awesome music? I hope so. It's so much nicer in here now. Wait, isn't this a basement? Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. I wonder what he says now. Sorry, chap, I haven't got any more cheap fabulous prizes for you to win. Oh. Bummer. Hey, Goblin. Onion back wet eye and a barn trout. And a barn trout sounds fine, but onion back wet eye. Something about that name. Pitchfork stickleback and a rib tickler. Okay, Lord John. Have a good time lurking. And working. Licorice taffy. Haven't seen that in a while. Kangaroo and saddleback of Viceroy. Kangaroo. Gussie Finknoddle. And an oily burn noose. Gussie Finknoddle. There's some kind of an old joke in that, like a name. Gussie Finknoddle. Saucy Wibbler. Waltzing Matilda fish. Proud of the game now, Nathan? There's a waltzing Matilda in here. In fish form. You've caught something. One wet cigarette. Yay! Scarlet Pimpernel and a Barry Manilow. Why? Of all things, why Barry Manilow? Reference. I mean, a minnow is a fish, so works. Barry Manilow. A Magikarp and a Grand Slalom. Grand Slamon. Yeah, Slamon. Loathing does not disappoint with its silly fish names. Not salmon, slalom, because it's a grand slam. Oh wait, did I have an extra crowbar? No, I did sell it. Alright. I don't think I have anything extra. Scarlet Pimpernel is a 70s TV show and an instrumental from Black Sabbath. Ah, must be a reference to both of them. Most likely Black Sabbath. Now, let's go to Plunkett Street. I don't need paper clips, thank you very much. Oh yeah, I have her with me. Because we're going to the last... This is the last chapter, yeah. That's all we got. Gotta find one more radio for Rufus. And that's about it. Alright. Let's go to the final chapter. Government Valley. Sinister enough for government work. This bench has been covered in spikes so no vagrants are tempted to sit on it. I'm not sure if those spikes are big enough. Hello there, Mousy Mouse. I see you. Everything good, Molly? Sure, Buck. Everything's just ducky. Come on, Buck. This ain't the time to stand around beating our gums. Let's get a wiggle on so we can ditch this pup stand. I'm liable to get the horrors. Yeah. Okay. Oh. That's the only thing that they say. Alright. Wander off into the desolation, rubble, and burned out buildings. For once, I have a map. Yep, we don't even need to locate anything. Everything's shown on the map. Well, there's the federal prison that we could go to do her final thing, saving her girl. Also, we learn a lot of good things from the prison, so might as well start there. You find yourself in front of a forbidding building, the crumbling ruin of some old government office, its bureaucrats now replaced with regular rats. Explore. You poke around through the sad old offices and hallways, lamenting the fall of the reliable old structures we once depended on. Is this really the future? You sigh. A couple of minutes later, you'll find an old safe full of meat and your mood improves dramatically due to the short-term windfall. Woohoo! Somebody really doesn't know how to park. Make use of your freedom to go where you please? No. Very good. Someone's calling, but that's not a normal ring. Maybe an international call? He looks sad. Oh, he's bothering anybody. But this isn't the one. I don't want to talk to him. I understand. I'll burn the telephone then. Wait, what? How? The telephone is in use. But. Some prisoner must have discarded their hat here when they were released. A prison hat. A stripy prisoner's hat. Wearing it makes it statistically more likely that you are a robber. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Let's put on, like, the welding mask. There. I'm in disguise now. This prison doesn't seem to have very good security. The door isn't even locked. That's one way to make music. You play the harmonica, and you use a horn as the rhythm, the drum. It kind of works. Small wonder they kicked this guy out of the cell blocks. Hi, I'm Abe. Fionk. I'm Grimsley. Jim Grimsley. Nice, sounds. Thanks. Takes a lot of practice to get good at the harmonica. Of course, all I got is time. Any chance you want to part with that honky horn? I go back to playing just harmonica. Well, I'll spot it to you for a cracker. Just a cracker. Are you that hungry? Huh? Ah, you're new. It ain't my job to show fish the ropes. Go ask Tetley in 1A. He shows ropes to fish? That's a weird job. Guess I can't think of anything to ask you. See you around. Later. Well, it's a prison. It's really quiet. This guy looks a little shady, you know, comparatively. Hi, I'm Abe. Hi, I'm Titley. You want to buy a cracker? You're selling crackers? How much? 300 meat. For a cracker? Your crackers? No, around here, huh? Look, crackers are what we call gift certificates to the prison chiropractor. We use them as currency. Oh. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Tetley fans out a handful of gift certificates and waves them at you. So, wanna buy a cracker? Is it true you show ropes to fish? What? Wait, you heard that? Who's the dirty rattlebox that's been spreading filthy rumors about me? I didn't catch his name. Huh. Well, if I find out who it was, they won't be getting any more crackers from me. Except to the skull. And it'll be a different kind of cracker. Tetley fans out a handful of... Yeah, sure. So, wanna buy a cracker? Sure. Thanks for your patience, pal. Prison chiropractor gift certificate. This certificate entitles the bearer to one complimentary spine adjustment in the prison chiropractor's office. Heh. I guess prisoners need a lot of chiropractic. There you go. Alright, deal's a deal. Super hunky horn. Thanks. A bicycle horn with some kind of a little mechanism inside that makes it constantly, and annoyingly, change pitch. Deal your mysticality and physical damage to all enemies and raise your team's stats by 3. What? Holy shit, this is a good item. There. So much for the creepy doll head. Amazing. So where's all the guards? Yes. Here's a grumpy looking fella. Hey there, I'm Abe. I'm Rimmel. What do you want? Guess I can't think of anything to ask you. See you around. Whatever. The cell is empty. Somebody isn't meeting their crime quota. This guy's getting pretty buff. Well, in the arms, at least. Name's Abe. Sup? Can you teach me to do that? Teach you how to lift a dumbbell? Yeah? Sure, for a cracker. Never mind. Let's go get another cracker. Hey, Bert. Sup, Abe? Can you teach me to do that? Teach you how to lift a dumbbell? Yeah? Sure, for a cracker.
We'll need a lot more hep before we're through.
It's a deal. Okay, then. He passes one of his dumbbells through the bars and shows you how to bend your elbow. Hard time, hard body. Thanks. And now I have a perk of +1 muscle permanently. +3 melee weapon attacks too. You've learned to exercise the way you do in prison. They do in prison. Out of soul-crushing boredom and with a mean guy watching. Speed. This guy has apparently managed to smuggle in a full-length sword. Hi, I'm Abe. Hey, Abe, I'm Clive. Nice sword. Thanks. Technically, it's a Japanese-style katana. Huh. How on earth did you get a katana in here? I made it in the prison machine shop, out of folded up license plates. Huh. Can I buy your katana? Okay, I guess I can make another one. I'll swap it to you for a deck of Luckies. Come again? A pack of cigarettes. Okay. Huh. I wasn't really expecting you to have them. Well, a deal's a deal. Take good care of her. Thanks. I will. Hand-forged katana. The guy said he made it out of license plates, and if you look real close, you can just faintly see where it says Capital District along the edge of the blade. And the garbage truck is outside. They were backing up. Ei vedetanssi. So what I'm still using is this. Though I could go to the beep hole, to the heap hole, and turn this into a molten one because it starts with an H. It's not construction Gunfutsu, it's the garbage men. I can tell from the noise that is definitely them lifting the garbage up. Or happening there. You got construction, I got garbage men. Noisy day. Ilta 5, ne tulee silloin kun ne haluu. Ja pystyy. Either this cell is empty or they arrested some heir. This guy looks a little smug for being in jail. Hi there, I'm Abe. How's it going, Abe? I'm Wilmer. Guess I can't think of anything to ask you. See you around. Later, Abe. This prisoner is... what is she doing? Hi, I'm Abe. Nice to meet you, I'm Donna. What are you doing there? Levitating an orange? Neat. Tell me more about your hovering orange. Well, since it's so boring in here, I've been exercising my imagination. And it turns out, if you get really good at imagining things, you can trick your brain into believing they're real. And if you get really good at that, you can make them actually real. Wow, jeez. Wait, so why are you still in a jail cell? Well, these monsters suddenly disappearing is a little harder to imagine than a floating orange. I see. Can you teach me your imagination thing? I imagine so. But this kind of power is potentially dangerous, and therefore valuable. Sure, of course. But you seem okay. I'll teach you in exchange for a cracker. Never mind. I'm gonna run out of money at this rate. Great. She puts you through a variety of imagination training exercises, mentally rotating cubes and so on, until you finally got the hang of it. Daydream Believer. Of course. Wow, thanks. Now I just have to find an orange. It works on other things too. Apples? Whoa, whoa, don't aim too high there. Okay, okay. This cell just has bones in it. They must have committed a bone crime. If you get bored enough, you can change reality just by being really bored at it. It's unclear how this guy could be cooking food in the cell, but that does seem to be what he's doing. Hi there. I'm Abe. Hi, I'm Lumford. Are you cooking? Yeah, dude. Want to sell me that spatula? Not really, but I do need a box of coffee nails. Cigarettes? Yeah, to help mask the flavor of whatever this is I've been cooking. Where do you get cigarettes in here? You can't. You'd have to be able to leave and go to a real store. Ah, I see. Well, I know a real store. So let's go buy some cigarettes. I'll take 5 packs. There. I'll need the money for the prison, so I'm gonna sell the pile of silver bars. We'll be buying a lot of those crackers. While I'm at it, a gang of Pukwudgies rush you on the dirt road and show you a very provocative flip book that you guess they've drawn themselves? Some nasty pictures in there. Make it even more provocative. With a waggle of the eyebrow, you pull out a pen and add a couple nauseating details to the narrative presented in the flipbook. The pocket watches pour over the 2 pages together and all at once burst into tears. Good job? Glob of molten metal. Set an enemy on fire for 5. Once enough heat is applied, the lowliest tin can is equal in stature to the most elegant golden can. Ah. I guess any food will turn into... almost any food. Infernal medicine. They say that laughter is the best medicine, but screaming is a pretty close second. Gain 2 AP. That's what the handmade pet pill already does, so pretty much it did nothing except turn it into a burning pet pill. Hot run? Nothing. Chematic key core? Boiled blood. Ah yes, a potion. Maximum HP and hot armor. Well, time to put in the katana. Blistering hot katana. Woohoo! Yeah, no more physical. Now it's hot damage and on fire. Oh, it's just like the I have an idea. So first, sharpen it. I have a sharpened, blistering hot katana. Then the blowtorch. So now it's a flaming, sharpened, blistering hot katana. Then the soybean. Beat up, flaming, sharpened, blistering hot katana. Then I'll add, I think the last thing I can add is the chunk of lead. To make it hefty. There, now it's a hefty, beamed up, flaming, sharpened, blistering hot katana. But it starts it with an H again. Can I throw it again in here? Now it's a smoldering, hefty, beamed up, flaming, sharpened, blistering hot katana. Muscle plus 9 hot damage, 3 poison and 3 on fire. Slightly better than the saw. Indeed a mouthful. I mean, the earlier ones, a beamed up, flaming, smoldering, hefty, sharpened, molten handsaw. Yeah, the only difference is causes 3 bleeding. as well. I think there was something that I could add to it to cause bleeding as well, but I don't think I have it. Ah, yes, the razor blades, yeah. I don't have any razor blades. So this is already a better weapon than the handsaw. I wonder what happens to the hard duck leg. Let's put that in there. You lower the dog leg into the well. When you pull it up, all the meat has been scorched off of it. Well, now I got a magical weapon. I turned it from a physical weapon, a melee weapon, to a magical weapon. A bone from a very hot leg. I mean, it's not bad. This would be a good wand. And I just noticed that now all my stats are 15. This would have been the other plan of getting the stats to 15, going into the prison and boosting up the stats there. But luckily we got them boosted up before, with all other kind of stuff, to get that goldfish. Ah, this is the kid who sells the Pugwudgie hats. Yep. I'm good with my current hat. 4 little Pugwudgies step off the side of the road and encircle you in a slow dance. It's horrible. Just awful the way they move. You don't like it. But you can't help but watch. It's hypnotic. You think you could watch these things and dance for the rest of your life. Punch your way out. Woohoo! Look at that katana. Nice, +3 to all stats from the fish. There we go. Best ever. And slice. Nice sizzling noise. Didn't choreograph that, did you? Ha ha! Chastens, the Pugwudgies do not reply. Say it again in case they missed your joke. Didn't choreograph that! Alright, since I did that, now we can go back to the federal prison. Creaking and gibbering, a horrible half-animal, half-plant, half-alien, half-shadow creature slithers out of the darkness. It makes a high-pitched noise and starts sliming its way toward you. If it turns out that this thing is actually from some ancient hyper-intelligent progenitor race, I hope they're at least a little embarrassed about how gross they are. Half animal, half plant, half alien, half shadow. So it's 200% of an evil creature. Got it. What the fuck is that? Shadow tainted growth. What the oh, this is from Lovecraft. Like indescribable horror. Like I think the description that the narrator gave us was perfect because I have no freaking idea what that is. Creepy. Right. Good thing it's shadow tainted, so
Disgusting!
he'll take the full 10 HP damage. That was quite a throw. A very slow throw. Brr. What can I do here? I take care of you with that. Then huh. The description in the inventory is wrong. It did say that the infernal medicine says gain 2 AP, but here it says 5. So I should turn all those handmade pep pills into infernal medicine because it's 5 action points. It's a lot. Alright, I have an idea. Stench? And this. And then wedge. Slice. There. You win! Take that, whatever you are. Good grief, what are you? Lumford is still cooking away. Hi, Lumford. Hey, Abe. Want to sell that spatula? Not really, but I do need a box of coffin nails. Okay, here you go. Alright, I suppose I could always get another spatula. There you go. Makeshift prison spatula. Thanks. How's your food? Thanks to these smokes, I have no idea. I guess I can't think of anything to ask you. See you around. See you, Abe. Ah, it's a magical weapon. This used to be something else, but with patience and ingenuity, it was converted into a pretty bad spatula. Well, there's the chiropractor's office. Familiar sounding tune. Looks like you found the source of that whistling. Hi, I'm Abe. Hi, I'm Mitch. You're a pretty good whistler. Thanks. I've been practicing ever since I swapped my harmonica to Grimsley. What you get in return? Kind of stash wax. Told it to some other guy, though. Huh, okay. Can you teach me to whistle? I can, in exchange for a cracker. Never mind. The prisoner in this cell just stares. Dead-eyed. Hi, I'm Abe. How's it going? What are you in for? Are you okay, bud? So, how's the food in here? Getting along with the other prisoners? Just off in your own world, little world, huh? I guess everyone has their own coping strategies. You know, I met a librarian I think you'd get along with. Guy named Ted. Real quiet. Got a single giant eyeball for a head. It's coming for you, not her. Okay, nice chatting. Bye now. Rape. This dark-haired young woman glares at you with a sharpened toothbrush in her fingers. The guy in this cell is ignoring you, and he's doing it really hard. This guy's practicing the most dangerous and therefore best kind of juggling. With a knife. Hi, I'm Abe. Hey, I'm Lewis. Want to sell me that shiv? I suppose I could. I'll swap you for a pack of 6. Deal. Thanks. This is gonna make him much trickier to juggle. He gives you his shiv. Artisanal shiv. Thanks. It's not always just about stabbing a guy. Sometimes it's about vengefully stabbing a guy for making fun of the craftsmanship of all of your previous shivs. A moxie melee weapon. Huh. What are you looking at, Rubberneck? I'm Scray. Your mama's calling for you. I couldn't help noticing your tattoo. Is that a heart with N plus M in it? But this shiv in your notices. Go milk a duck, peeper. Okay, you are definitely Nancy. Nancy McGill, right? What are you, a slap man? A geezer? Or just a scissor bill? Not any of those. Probably. I'm a friend of Molly's. Oh, huh. Well, if you know Molly and you ain't full of holes, you must be a right guy. What's the score, pal? I think I should just let Molly explain that. She's here? Well, what am I listening to your teeth rattle for? I'll go get her. You headed back outside and wave Molly over, then escort her to cell block 3. Molly, baby! Noodles! Oh, I'm so glad we weren't too late. I asked you to not call me at that in public. What are you doing here? We agreed you would visit. Cause if the fuss catch sight of ya, we ain't seen a single shack, and anyway I had to bring you this cake. Aw, you brought me a cake? Ain't you a sweet potato? Wait. Is this an Alcatraz special? I don't get it. I only got about a year left. I mean, yeah, it hurts me in a part, but they didn't tell you? They didn't tell you? They're transferring you to Bridgewater. The color drains out of Nancy's face. Bridgewater? Why, I only stabbed... She pauses to count on her fingers. 3 guards and 5 inmates. Oh, 6 if you count the guy whose face I peeled off.
Okay, I guess I could see it. The transfer could be any day now. You gotta bust out of here tonight. Okay, yeah. Right after lights out. I'll have to go to ground and lie low for a few weeks, but I'll get in touch after that. Okay, you better make it. If you get caught or hurt, Oh, hey now, come on, Button. You know me. Turn off the waterworks. I'll be fine as a frog here. You better scram before one of the few remaining guards come by. Yeah, it ain't your birthday yet, but I made you a little something. Nancy holds up a fine chain necklace with a Tommy gun bullet hanging from it. She fastens it around Molly's neck, and you look away awkwardly as the two of them share a kiss through the bars. Walk Molly back out. Gonna be okay? Yeah, Nancy's right. I don't gotta worry. She's tough as nails. Tough as anything.
She's a little scary, frankly. She peeled a guy's face off?
Yeah, that's a little Nancy McGill for you.
And I thought you were crazy. Maybe I was right.
Hey, Buck, if there's one thing you should understand about me by now, is that I don't like getting bored.
I guess not. We have saved her girl. The reward is just happy, fuzzy feelings. Teach me the whistle. Alright, here you go. Great. Okay, it's pretty easy. Just put your lips together, murder a guy for sleeping with your car, and get sentenced to life in prison and blow. Can I skip that middle part? Sure, I guess. Well, that's what worked for me. Expert Whistler and mouth cork. What's the cork for? In case you want to stop. Okay, thanks. A cork whittled to the exact shape and size of the mouth of the guy who gave it to you. Ugh. Prevent yourself from whistling. You pop the cork into your mouth. No whistling. You remove the cork from your mouth. Now you can whistle if the mood strikes. Ah. Chiropractor, mess hall, warden, exercise yard, and janitor. Seems like this guy's enjoying his mopping. Hi, I'm Abe. Oh, there, I'm Moppy. Huh. Weird coincidence that your parents named you that, and here you are now, mopping. It's a nickname. People call me that because I like to mop floors. Oh, I assumed it was gonna be a comedic reversal. Should I have a nickname? I feel like a hip prison nickname like yours would help me fit in. Well, I'm happy to suggest one if you want. Sure, hit me. You look like a bike rack to me. Nah, try again. Skittles? That's it. I love it. You got it. Welcome to the family, Skittles. I will never regret this. If you ever need information, Skittles, just ask me. I overhear all kinds of stuff while I'm mopping. Thanks, that's good to know. Thanks. See you later, Moppy. Too bad it doesn't show here that I'm Skittles. Hi, Donna.
Oh, hi, Skittles.
Now everybody calls me Skittles. Yep. Yep. They all know me as Skittles now. Great. The poster is labeled bones and things that can be wrong with them. Uh-huh. One of the chiropractor's less fortunate customers. This adds a very small amount of spa-like ambiance to the room. At least I hope it's scented. It's a prison. Of course it travels fast. This guy basically looks like a doctor. Hi, I'm Skittles.
Hello, I'm Dr. Dixley. How can I help you?
Are you the prison physician?
Close. I'm the prison chiropractor.
What's the difference?
Well, a physician treats ailments through specific medications and treatments tailored to that ailment. A chiropractor fixes everything by pushing on your spine.
Oh, huh. Interesting. Can I get an adjustment?
Certainly, exchange for one of my gift certificates.
Okay, here.
Great. Just lie down on the table here.
This is safe, right? I'm a little nervous about letting someone mess with the bones that contain the nerves that let my head communicate with all the rest of my body.
Oh!
What a nice sound.
Look, just because this science was developed by a man who didn't believe in vaccines or even germs and claimed the techniques were given to him by a ghost during a seance, and also I don't have any kind of actual legal medical degree, that doesn't make me a quack, okay? I know what I'm doing. Plus science and seance are basically the same word.
He twists your spine into a new configuration.
Ah! Ooh!
Oh. You gain an effect. Well adjusted. Well, I do feel better. I guess that's all that matters. Expert whistler. You're really good at whistling, Dixie, and I'm not lying. That was the Moxie one. Your spine is exactly where it's supposed to be for once. Plus 1 muscle.
For good.
16, 16, and 17. Without even looking at you, the man slaps a dollop of slop onto a plate and hands it to you. Alright. This prison figured out how to improve their efficiency by serving their prisoners a blended up combination of bread and water.
Oh!
The slop is nothing but wet bread. Ew. That's disgusting. He glares at the slop you're carrying and points at the sign at the end of the counter. The sign on the the sign on the counter says 1 slop per customer. Ah. This prisoner seems determined to eat more pepper than food. At this point, yeah. Hi there, I'm Skittles.
Hi, I'm Nora.
Ooh, nice spice jar.
I need this one, so I can keep eating here without dying of boredom. I have a similar gadget I can sell you, though.
She sells you an elaborate mechanical pepper mill.
I made it in the prison machine shop, but I decided I preferred the traditional shaker. I'll give it to you for a cracker.
I'll get a cracker. It was a good thing I sold those silver bars. Sounds good.
Sweet. Maybe I could trade this for some decent food.
Thanks. Automatic pepper mill. Never again will you get a sore elbow after spending hours cranking an old-fashioned pepper mill. Deal your moxieing hot damage to all enemies and heal your team for the same amount. Even better than the honky horn, because this is hot damage, so that it will hit the 17 or 16 damage to all enemies, be it shadow creatures or not. There's got to be someone around here who knows the code to the keypad on the store. Hey, Skittles, if you ever need information, Skittles, just ask me. I overhear all kinds of stuff while I'm mopping. That's good to know, thanks. A generous chemical company has donated some toxic waste for the prisoners to enjoy. These rocks are cold and distant. Reach out. The stones open up to you. Frosty Flakes 4. It's even more bleak and depressing over that way. This guy's having some kind of a wild time. Hi there, I'm Skittles.
Hiya, I'm Vinny.
I like your weird ball.
First time I ever heard of that. Yeah, I had to invent this because we haven't got a basketball hoop.
Ah, I see. Any chance I could buy that? nifty basketball string dealie from you?
Alright, I'll sell it to you for a cracker.
Somebody's long abandoned herb garden. This guy seems pretty good at lifting weights. Hi, I'm Skittles.
Hey, I'm Bruno.
Guess I can't think of anything to ask you. See you around. Can I buy a gift certificate from you?
Sorry, some hoodlum made off with the whole stack, and I haven't had any more printed yet.
This guy's making a killing. Oh. It's interesting that I've already paid him like 2,000 meat. What is he gonna do with all that meat? He's in prison. At least he'll be rich if he ever gets out of prison. There you go.
Nice, and here you go.
Basketball on a string. Thanks. Deal your moxie and physical damage 3 times in a row. Damn. A basketball on the end of a rubber string so you can dribble in any direction you want. Anybody had those in the 80s? I did. A rubber string to the rubber ball, and then you just bang, 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 bang. It was fun. I actually liked it. Rimmel skulls at you. Well, maybe not at you in particular. Why the long face?
I'm hungry. I'm in prison.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, on a single target only once. In a fight. Hi, Nancy.
Listen, you gotta keep an eye on Molly, get it? Anything happens to her, it's gonna have dire consequences for you.
No worries. Incidentally, you owe me 1,000 meat for that cake.
Oh, is that a fact? Well, will you pay me 1,000 meat to not cut your middle open and tie one end of your guts to a streetcar?
That seems like a fair price.
Swell. Why don't we just call it a square then?
Okay, good luck. Apparently nobody can be asked about the warden's code here. Oh well. Telephony facility. With a sinister hissing, the shadows of a nearby alley coalesce into the forms of 3 shadow policemen. Looks like you'd better get ready for a fight.
Don't sweat it, Buck. I got this one.
Molly mows down the cop silhouettes with a burst from her Tommy gun, and they burst into wisps of black smoke that quickly disperse. So, never mind. 30 XP. I guess it was a good choice of getting Molly in here. Bruh. An ordinary phone booth. Ignore it. Done. Okay, now we're just ignoring it. Okay. There's some sort of unusual structure here. It's made of some strange kind of metal you've never seen before. It's opaque, but still somehow glowing from within, like a math book that swallowed a candle. It's cool to the touch, but yet radiates a kind of warmth. This doesn't feel like a typical public art project. Why build it in an otherwise abandoned area? That's a good question. Go to army recruitment. You hear hooting and yelling nearby, and look, the game's nearly over. It's not like you're gonna learn to not to investigate this kind of stuff now. It turns out to be a small band of roving and or raving maniacs. Seems like maybe their minds got corrupted by the shadow and they aren't reacting very well to it. I guess I'm just assuming scream out all your teeth might just be like a fun thing they're into. A hobby. They got dolls with them. Great. Drooling Maniac, Stugdalina, the Maniacal Doll, Waffles Bee, and a Mad Maniac. They cause bleeding, fire, spook damage, poison. Jeez. Yeah, Drooling Maniac and a Pyro Maniac. I got a feeling this is gonna be tough. Although they only have 5. She threw teeth. Yikes. There, that did it. That pepper milk. OP weapon. Cutie Betsy the Maniacal Doll. Wallet on a chain and a government cheese. You want him? Maybe a forced nap will settle them down a bit. These fights have never seemed tough to me. You get like 5 boosts per character, honestly. Well, not really. It's you who gets a lot of movements, while the other characters have only 1 attack. And then there's the familiar that does whatever it does. But you, with the boost that you later get, like with the Monster Club Sash that I'm wearing, you actually... Let me show you. When you get it maximized, you get 1 additional combat item per round, and I do have other items that give me the same boost, so I can use 6 combat items per fight. So that's an OP already there, because I got so many different items that cause a lot of damage. So yeah, this game, and I'm playing this game on normal, so yeah, this game is not hard. Even on hard, I mean, it's a bit more of a challenge because enemies are stronger and they do more damage. But you never really lose in the game. You only get like debuffs when you lose, or you can even get a buff. So compared, well, I would say that the West of Loathing is even easier than this. But this also is kind of easy when it comes to the fights. But the main point of the game is not just fighting, it's more of exploring and all that. Keep your bullet close and your enemies distant enough to shoot at. So the sum of the game is the story. Yep. Not to mention all the hilarious moments you get to, because this game has so much humor in it. That's why I love the game. It's the humor and the story and the characters and everything. It's really well written. A paper rat slap of utilitarianism, that's a hard word to say, in dairy form. They must have made a lot of this stuff for it to still be around all these years after the cows came home. Cutie Betsy the Maniacal Doll. Finally, a knife-wielding maniac on your side. Attacks enemies and causes them to bleed. I'll keep my goldfish, thank you. This soda machine has knocked itself over in an act of conscientious objection. See if there's any soda left. There is, but only one. Modern Army Soda. The can says, "This isn't your father's cola," which is a bold move considering how many of today's soda drinkers lost their fathers in the cola wars. This isn't your father's cola. Isn't that that's a reference to some other commercial slogan? There's that strange ring again. Good, he's up.
Do you like to play with matches, caller?
Sure, we all do.
This is not the one.
I understand. I will burn.
No, I want this telephone.
Then I will give it for you.
Hey, wait!
Alright. First one they burned down and this one vanished. There's something nasty crawling around on this chunk of rubble. If I had the etymology, I would pick those bugs up. This rock doesn't belong here. Chat with it. This rock doesn't belong anywhere! Ah! That was the sting. Supposed to be like, ah! Well, I got Eldritch Mist. We haven't seen that in a long time. I can make spooky bombs. This car is in great shape except for one thing. Yeah, I wonder what. Wander off into an endless expanse of abandoned cars, about a quarter of which are on fire. You're really selling it. Let's go back to Ocean City. And since we got the Jardaware's hardware. Yeah, it is spooky bombs. What else had I in mind? Nothing here, actually. Let's go back. You find yourself in front of a forbidding building. More meat.
What the frig?
Molly stopped in front of a wall that has been plastered with several broadsheet posters. The illustration is of a sultry blonde woman making a kissy face at the viewer, with a battleship on fire in the background. Loose women sink ships. No dancing, no short skirts, no obscene language. Wow. Molly, unexpectedly, says nothing. With gritted teeth, she ejects the drum from her Tommy gun, opens the cover, and does something inside with her knife. What are you doing?
Give me a minute, Buck. I'm covering the rudest words I know onto all of my bullets. I'll show them how to sink a damn ship.
Molly's tummy spray hits 3 additional times. More bullets. Ah, yet again we defeated those cops. You discover a terrifying obsidian statue towering above a block of bombed-out apartment buildings. It's some mean-looking wizard lady named Dark Noel. Topple it. You carefully examine the statue and figure out that if you file just a millimeter of material off of one of its toenails, it will topple. You grab an emery board from the rubble and make short work of the tall statue. Move along. What? Just a toenail? Who puts up statues to accountants? There's a cast iron one of a humorless drip named Terrace Poindexter looming over the abandoned commissary. The commissary was raided a long time ago, but there's still crates of toilet paper left on the high shelves. You wrap the statue in the disrespectful material until the accountant looks like a pyramid country mummy. Move along. The door to the army recruitment office is square, olive drab, and menacing. It's just like the army itself. Hey-oh! Zing. As you reach out to the door handle, you take a deep breath and reassure yourself. There's no war on right now. It's not like they're gonna draft you right away. Everyone has to sign up. It's fine. Probably just a small fine for forgetting, that's all. No problem. Oh yeah, this is what I needed to do. I need to draft. Just wondering if I should do it or not. Right away, that is. Let me check on something. Go to the army recruiter. Yeah. Oh, right. That's what I was supposed to do. Go here. Where's a mousy friend? I think it was actually left from Rufus's lab. There you are. Give him the government cheese. The rat nibbles part of the wrapper off of the block of cheese and gives it a good sniff. He nods at you, drags the block into his hole, and comes back a few seconds later with a gift. Thank you for your service. The rat squeaks as if to say, no problem. Friendship ring. On the outside of a dog, this ring would look really good. Increases your familiar's muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 3 at the start of combat. Yes, please. Our goldfish is gonna be so much stronger now. So I am missing one radio. Where is that radio? Radio? What's wrong with that radio? Hang on. I'm just gonna find... Quickly see where... Okay, so it's not there. I'll search for Rufus. Rufus. There, radios for a list. Good. I wonder which one it is that I missed. I'll just go in order. Ah! Molly notices some tin cans scattered in an alley and stops to stack them into a pyramid. Let's do some bean shooting practice. Every little bit helps. And anyway, my finger's getting itchy.
Seems like maybe we shouldn't be shooting guns in the middle of the city.
Ah, baloney. It's copacetic. The fuzz here ain't worth a plugged nickel. And who else is gonna raise a beef when we are clearly healed?
I'll take your word for it as soon as I figure out what it was. The two of you take turns shooting at the cans until you run out of cans. And now I'm whistling. Yeah, this was the one that I missed. You tune the radio to WGCR and hold Rufus's gadget up to it. The thing clicks a few times and the little needle on it goes up to 11. Then he restored radio to the way you found it, making your mom proud. Ah. And thanks to you, I believe I have enough people to make this fantasy a reality. I am in your debt, Abe. And in recognition of your actions above and beyond the call of duty, I hereby award you the highest honor I may bestow upon a non-hobo, the grand token of the Hobo Empire. He starts to pin an elaborate medal to your lapel, sees you are already accessorized, and hands it to you instead. Wow, thanks! We have now completed the Hobo quest. This is a bus token that has been hand-whittled to show the profile of Johnny the Hobo King hanging from a velvet ribbon that might once have been part of some old curtains or perhaps a lady's hat. Regardless of its construction, it's a high honor. The nearest hobo will always assist you in combat. Cool. Alright, Rufus. Give me your next thing. Oh, hello again. Give him back the receiver. Here's the receiver thingy. I hope I got enough clicks and bloops for you. Thanks. I'll give you a ring when I'm finished doing the math. Could you also give me a ring now? Oh, sure. I must have one around here somewhere. He pulls a ring out of the drawer and hands it to you. A tape ring. I love it. Thanks, Rufus. If you wear a roll of tape as a ring, you'll always have more tape. Doubles the healing of tape up. I mean, tape up heals target for 10 HP, so with that on, it would be 20. Kind of unnecessary. You dialed the number. I'd like to order a piece to go and no anchovies. Sorry, I must have the wrong number. Wait, Rufus? Oh, hi, Abe. Can you come to my lab? I've nearly finished my quantum communication device, but I need just a couple of more things. All right, I'll swing by when I can. Great, thanks. See you then. Bye. Thanks, Fishman. Oh, hello again. So, what's this last errand? Okay, so I need some way to connect an antenna and some other stuff to this Fishman Pearl. But a regular antenna won't work, I need one that's magical. I don't like saying magical, but I will go with that for brevity's sake. I'm with you so far. What I need is an antenna, or at least a steel thing 5 or 6 feet long that I can use as an antenna, and it has to be from somewhere with a lot of local resident magic or a place magical creatures live. Somewhere like that. Please tell me you have more to go on than that. Yeah, don't worry. I know you're busy, so I did have a research in advance. I know exactly the place. Oh, thank God. In Gray County, there's a weird little town full of weird little elf guys called the Pugwudges. Oh yeah, I know about those little jerks. Great! See if you can find an antenna or something antenna-like there. And when you come back, I'll tell you the next step. Okay, I'm on it. A pack of hulking devils crest the horizon, surfing the back of a giant inflatable rat. Some jumpy little fellers hop up and down on the balloon rat's nose.
Hey, fat cat! Devils don't work for free! You summon, you pay!
Huh? I didn't summon you. And you're calling Fat Cat.
Be your name Hellstrom or Joffriggle McDoo, someone's gotta give these devils their due!
Sure. The devils take turns to count it. Again? You know I'm good for it.
Once satisfied, the devils shoot and holler down the bank to make deposits. That's sensible. And there's our antenna. But you don't see any actual antennas on any of the buildings. But this fire escape ladder has the basic qualities Rufus asked for. Grab it. You got an item, small steel ladder. You raise the ladder off of the fire escape. Have fun with that, you little jerks. A miniature fire escape ladder you stole from some miniature jerks. If they die in a miniature apartment fire, you'll shed a miniature tear. Rude. I found an antenna. Well, I think that is more or less like an antenna.
Yeah, an actual antenna was probably too much to hope for, but this ought to do the trick pretty well, thanks.
Is that all you needed?
Nope. See, I can't just solder this onto the barrel because it's a barrel. Soldering doesn't work like that.
How about glue?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But it has to be a glue with some pretty specific technical properties. Don't worry, I'm on board with the specifications.
Thanks.
You know me pretty well, huh? You remind me of my brother in a couple of ways. Anyway, do you know about the burbling ooze?
The first time I went to college, I had a roommate who had to get penicillin shots for that.
No, I'm talking about a weird tar pit out in Gray County.
Oh yeah, I know of that place. Oh man, this is gonna be gross, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry. I need a handful of slime from the ooze's core. And it has to be a handful specifically, not e.g. a bucket.
Gross.
Science is gross sometimes. That's just how it is.
Ugh.
Well, to the burbling ooze we go. I hate this place nearly as bad as the swamp.
It's pretty desolate, but it seems like it used to be nice.
Nothing ever happens here. There's nothing for it to happen to or with. Just corn and wheat and pigs.
Don't shoot the piggies.
I ain't gonna shoot the piggies. What do you take me for? I got a mind to pop some corn, though.
Was this whole conversation just for that pun?
No.
Mysticality increases by 1. Great pun, by the way. Hunt and Sleaze armor 6. My hot armor is only 1. God damn it. Alright. Time to get some hot armor going. Cold. Cold. That has hot. Tonight would be... Tonight would be 4. Ah, there. Get some ooze. Slowly, partly due to the slime's viscosity and partly so you don't make it angry, you wade out into the middle of the ooze. Then you stick your hand down into it with a glorp sound. Your skin tingles, and you get a faint sense of deja vu that you can't quite put a finger on. You pull your hand out, bearing a handful of stuff exactly like the rubbery, glistening black slime that collects in bathroom sink drains from bacteria feasting on soap scum, toothpaste spit, and decomposing hair. If you don't know the stuff I mean, consider yourself lucky. Handful of black ooze. Ugh. I also like that you stick your hand down with a glorp sound and your skin tingles and a faint sense of deja vu. Yeah, it's like putting your hand into a spittoon.
You can't tell if it's actually twitching or if that's just the nerves in your skin trying to get away. I got your ruse. Here, please take it. This is really unpleasant.
Sorry, but you need to keep that for next part. This is the last thing, I promise.
Okay, what is it?
There's a strange well in Grey County, like an old-fashioned wishing well, except when you put something into it that starts with the letter H, it comes back changed.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Wait, is that why it had to be a handful? Just because of the H? Yep. That's so dumb. I could have used the hamper, havershack. I don't need that much. You're also going to need some intense stench resistance to carry the stuff back here. It's going to smell really bad. How much? I don't know. About 8? 8 sounds about right.
Alright, I can do it. Probably swing that.
Good luck. Don't get it in your mouth or eyes, or anywhere, really.
Already got it on my hands.
Well, it's a good thing I got Stench Arbor 10, thanks to the books. So this'll be easy. Oh, H-hole. We are back. An elderly woman rocking on her front porch, English, it's a language, asks if you wouldn't mind collecting something for her from the pharmacy. Her bullet has gotten loose in there and become addicted to prescription amphetamines. Can we take the bull to rehab? Amphetamines? Oh god, that bull is so out of its mind. Pick her bull up. When you arrive at the pharmacy, the bull is asleep. It crashed hard. You carry him home on your shoulder and tuck him into bed. Aww. Wait, bed? Alright. Let's put our handful of clean water in there. Holy water? No. At least now I can do that. Did I try the Lucky Satchel? Yeah. Handful of black ooze. You put the ooze in the bucket and lower it into the well. When you bring it back up, it's thicker, blacker, and burning angrily. And even with your stench armor, you can tell that it is foul. Glob of burning pitch. You toss your pep pill into the bucket and lower it into the well. When you bring it back up, the pill has gotten hotter and redder. You try to throw the satchel into the bucket, but it misses and lands on the ground instead. Lucky for the satchel, not so lucky for you. This wad of tar burns with the fires of hell, which is different from a normal fire in that it literally hates you rather than just being coincidentally ouchy. It smells terrible. So this ooze or pitch will act as a glue. As you're walking near the banks of Porkham River, a medium-sized chunk of sulfur leaps up onto the bank. It smells pretty bad. Don't worry, I've smelled worse. Currently smelling worse. Okay, here's your fire glove. You notice that Rufus has plugged his nose with what looks like cement.
Excellent. Once I refine this a little, it'll make perfect magical glue to assemble my device with.
Is that all you need?
Sure is, and I can't thank you enough for all your help. I don't know if this is going to work, but I definitely wouldn't have gotten this far without you.
Ah, don't mention it, Rufus. Good luck finding your brother.
I'm still working on refining the glue. This stuff is foul. Thanks again for all your assistance. I really appreciate it.
Good luck finding your brother. Alright, we're done with Rufus. Yeah, he's the smart rat that is left, but I don't remember where to get all the cheese for it. I wonder if there's like rat. There's gotta be something about this rat. Steam tunnels. Huh. I've just been very unlucky with the cheese drops. Apparently, there's one cheese that I can get from fishing at the boardwalk, and the other one is from defeating Gatormen in Big Moist. The Gatormen never dropped any cheese, and I never got any handful of cream cheese from the boardwalk, and I can't fish there anymore. It's just you exchange the cheese to the rat for random rings. That's all it is. So we are not really missing on much. I would say that the government cheese that you give it is the best one, because we got the friendship ring from it, which by itself is a really great ring. Because right from the start, Marv's stats will be 6 on each stat. So when it's his turn, he will give us +6 stats. So yeah, overpowered the little fishy. A howl splits the air and reverberates through your guts, the entire length of your guts. A massive black dog, or something that once was a dog, and perhaps something that was never a dog, stalks out of an alleyway and opens its mouth to reveal an entire expo center knife show's worth of fangs. Shadow-tainted dog. Nasty looking dog. +6 to all stats. And I can also do my Rara, giving them +2. And myself. We are so OP now. You won, bad dog. DMV. Huh. This hydrant has multiple things wrong with it. Looks like somebody failed their not abandoning your car test. There's some gross fungus on this column. Hello?
It's for you.
That isn't him. I'm here I am there in his house now. I'm there with him. This is not him.
I'll bury the telephone then. Stop doing that. These telephones are expensive. God damn it.
You want to go inside this building on purpose? Sure. I mean, it may be DMV Central Branch, but and DMV in general, but it won't budge. It's probably just as well. You don't even have a car. Okay. Let's go to the amphitheater. You find the crumbled foundation of what was once a towering obsidian pillar. It becomes clear that to you that this rock was pretty frightening even before the entire area became a terrifying, blighted ruin. Maybe the old government was just as scary as the new one. It really makes you think. You stop thinking, though, when a spooky mist gathers around you and drifts into your pocket. What? This is the final version of the speakeasy music. This is both a tragedy and an opportunity. Collect some popcorn. You catch pieces one at a time until you have a whole handful. A handful of popcorn. You painstakingly recover this popcorn, one kernel at a time from a burning truck. Show concerted effort to get out of this jam. A hot pile of bug diggings. So there's a some kind of a squid monster that is also a multiple bagpipe thing. A shadow tentacle monster playing invisible drums. A banshee singing. And another tentacle monster playing a weird cello, bass, guitar combination. At least they have the tentacles for it, so best band ever. A burning bush. Not that kind of burning bush. Just a regular. Haven't seen one of these in a long while. There. They're calling again. Hello? What will you do on a rainy day? When your house is on fire, what will you get? How will you get out? When you're in the train, who will save you? What do you mean, when my house is on fire? This isn't him.
I understand. Do you want this telephone or shall I burn it?
Give it to me.
At least tell me who you are.
Either of you. The telephone is silent now. No, I think the telephone is gone now. Do you want to join in this extremely violent dance? I could make a version of this too. I do have all the instruments. Vista Hill. You find yourself in front of a forbidding... yeah, give me the beat. It's another nearly identical sculpture? You're not really sure what it is or what purpose it serves. It's made out of the same weird metal. Very strange. It's one of those pay telescopes, but a better look at any of the scenery around here is of no value at all. An ordinary phone booth. I don't want to ignore this one. That strange structure is the only interesting thing in this area. Search for excitement elsewhere? Yeah. Oh boy, IRS Central Office. Another one of those half-plant, half-alien slime creatures wriggles awkwardly toward you on its tentacles. It makes some chirping and belching noises, presumably as some kind of threat, but it's hard to feel threatened by it, even knowing that it's actually pretty dangerous. I mean, come on, look at it. It's gross and silly. It's gross and silly. Oof. Alright. Time to burn you bitches. Then stomp. I'm already out of AP, but this'll do. Ah, you survived with 1 HP. Die. You win! Take that, whatever you are. Good grief, what are you? A briefcase has been discarded among the rubble here. See what's inside. It's full of meat. It's amazing what people will throw away if you oppress them enough. This wheel must have gotten tired of being attached to a car. This bit of rubble is sad. Comfort it. The brick is afraid its best days are behind it. ULA and collect its fears. Hopefully next year's model will be right side up. This tree is dead and cold, like a cold, dead hand. The local branch of the IRS is looking pretty to run down. You'd think they'd have plenty of funds for upkeep. Maybe that isn't how it works. Go in, it won't budge. It's probably just as well you hate paying taxes.
Does it bother you,
What?
having to make all these telephone calls?
Oh, listen, it's him.
Boo!
He looks sad.
No, he's not bothering anybody.
Let's burn him and see what he does.
Wait, no! Ah! I'm on fire! They actually did burn me. Those motherfuckers.
For a moment, I was on fire.
A-holes. Just burn the phone, not me.
Well, let's check the Black House.
Another group of those shadow maniacs rounds the corner.
You know what they're like? They're a lot like the zombies in one of those movies where the zombies aren't actually undead. They're just people with really angry bitey disease. So they can still run real fast. Sorry, I guess that comparison isn't germane to the setting. I don't know if zombies even exist as a concept in 1928. Not gonna look it up though. And no, the concept of zombie became more popularized in the 50s. Because there were like movies, The White Zombie and something else. But the term zombie became very popularized because of the Night of the Living Dead. I mean, the word zombie already existed, but it was more in the, you know, with the voodoo and such. That's where it was mostly known, but with Night of the Living Dead, it definitely popularized the word zombie. Yep, I did it. More government cheese and a spiked bracelet. People get really intimidated if you convince them that your hand is a really mean dog's head. This gate is seriously locked. Oh, I can use the cursed key to unlock it. Makes sense. But do I want to? Not really. Because this is the end of the game. Pretty much. I mean, we are at the finale, so... So today is the day when we finish Shadows over Loathing. The adventure is almost over, everybody. I feel sad, because this game is so great. I'm gonna miss this game, as always. No, I have been there, but I didn't go in. I didn't draft in. I'm just checking all the other places first. With a sinister hiss, I missed the yet again the policeman, but she takes care of them automatically. Uh-huh. PDQ. You can't get inside if someone swiped the steps. It's a real shame they shut down the Federal Bureau of Defenestration. Defenestration? Alright. Yet another copy of this strange metal thing. One was weird enough, but 3 of them is an outright mystery. An obsidian statue of that sinister accountant Terence Poindexter stands in the ashes of an old library, commemorating the occasion of Terence Poindexter burning the library down for accounting irregularities. Deface the statue. The statue depicts Terence in the thick of solving a heroic equation, calculator in one hand, ledger in the other. Popping the cap off a marker pen, you scroll new numbers and symbols on both until Terence's calculations are mathematically invalid. This is fundamentally an anathema to the accountant. The statue crumbles into dust. Government Ballet Theatre. This column is covered with cold bugs. Sashay away. Oh wait, since I'm in ballet. I mean, those are gymnast shoes, but they look like a ballet shoes, so. This rock seems to be the source of the unnatural cold in this area. Explore its feelings. The rock was happy once. It provided the power for this place, the lights, the curtains, the sewing machines they used to repair the tutus when they got all torn up. Once it helped bring people joy and culture. Now there is only ruin and sadness and violence and cold. Such cold. Man, that rock is a real bummer. This rock seems to be the source of the unnatural cold. I mean, that's one of those kind of rocks that were power sources. Not anymore. It's the call again. You're out of questions. Will you make a guess now? I don't have any more questions or guesses. What are we guessing? It is me. I am your dream date. What? I have been your dream date the whole time. If I hang up, will you find me? Yes, I know where you are. Who are you? Congratulations, I think. Silence. The line is dead. Maybe that's for the best. You've heard too much. This payphone technology is amazing. You've heard too much. Ask not for whom the phone rings. Spooky armor. Anybody else notice something weird about their heads? They are putting up quite the performance, though. Can't make heads or tails out of the performance, though. It's just everybody doing their own thing. Maybe it's more of a modern art piece than real ballet. Wanna hop on stage and join in the terrible show? Bust some moves? Heads? I mean, I could fight them if I wanted to. There's no real need for it. What I should do, though, is go buy some, no, not this place. This place. George Ware's Hardware. Actually, what would the potion be? Ah, cold armor. Yeah, makes sense. Stench, spooky, cold. I'll make some stench ones. There. Cold and stench bombs. Time to go and draft ourselves in. As soon as you step into the building, a huge metal cage falls from the ceiling, trapping you inside. Ha! Sucker! Bruce! You won't get away with this. I just did, maggot! And I'll get away with these too. Dark tendrils of shadow flow out of his hat, snake between the bars, and yank your biceps right off of your arms. No! My guns! My sick pythons! I need those! Ha ha ha! I warned you, but you just had to keep sticking your nose in where it didn't belong. Well, now I'm going to stick all of you where you do belong. Somewhere where you won't be a problem for us anymore. Take them away, boys! Several cup-shaped shadows melt out of the corners of the room. You struggle feebly as they open the cage, cuff you, and hold you to Charlestown State Pen. Nuts! Ooh la la, France. An uncomfortable-looking cot. Ooh, these seem like they might be useful. As useful as they are specific. Poster scissors. They won't let prisoners have regular scissors, but these seem safe enough. Missing biceps. That jerk Bruce stole your biceps. They were your favorite muscles. -4. Yikes. An exotic and titillating poster. Cut it up. Désolé, France. Your scissors break into pieces. Apparently they were single-use, but oh, an escape tunnel. How exciting. Maybe someone will make a movie about this someday. Well, first a book, then a movie. You could probably fit into this nasty hatch. Prison steam. Better not go that way. Somebody might hear you through the vent if you go that way. Is the hole leading back into the walls? Just keep going. This grate leads to bitter-smelling air. The stink in this direction is even more unbearable, if you can believe it. This must be where they put smells that did murders. Bear it anyway. Some previous escapee must have left this. It has Madeline's embroidered on it. See what's inside. Just a change of clothes. Murderer's pants. Apparently the stench went away. Sorry, I guess I should have said murderer's alleged pants. Ah, luckily you never have to be inside that pipe again.
I'll just wait outside, Buck. Shouldn't have ought to let the gods lay peepers on me.
Would they recognize you?
They would if they'd be paying attention to the wanted posters.
You have a wanted poster?
Neat.
If we see one, I'll have to have you autograph it for me. Nope. Still can't. Do you know the code to the warden's office? No, but I know a guy who knows it. You want to talk to Wilmer in cell 2B. Wilmer in 2B. Got it. Wait, was it 2B? No, I'm not sure. 2B or not, stop. Okay, fine. Yeah, it was 2B. Thanks. Wilbur nods at you, smugly. Hey, Wilbur. What's up, Skittles? I hear you know the code to the warden's office. It just how so happens that I did some clerical work for the warden once, so yeah, I do know it. I'm probably the only guy in the prison who does. I get the feeling that you're about to take full advantage of the seller's market. Relax, I ain't gonna chisel ya. All I want in return is a tin of stash wax. Stash wax? You don't have a mustache. Not yet, I don't. Where am I supposed to find stash wax in this place? Ask Bruto, he hangs out in the yard. Alright, fine. Hey, Bruno. Hey, Skittles, how's it going? Can I get some stash wax? Okay. I'll swap you for a bear bar. You have 3 right here. That's a barbell. I need a bear bar. Why? Your haircut looks fine. No, not a barber. A bear bar. A king of the elephants? What is this? Are you doing a bit? Maybe? A bear bar is like a candy bar, but for weightlifters. Got a lot of extra protein in it, see? And we don't get much of that around here. Oh, a bear bar. Bring me one and I'll give you a tin of stash wax for it. Where can I find one? Ventures has a box of them. He's in cell 2A. Okay? It's empty. Crap, Fancher must have been transferred. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Fancher? Oh, the guy was in the 2A. Nope, sorry. Guess I can't think of anything to ask you. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Nah, I saw them move him the other day, but I don't know where. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Nope, saw him leave, but I don't know where to. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Never heard of him. Or pretty much anything other than my music. Do you know where Fancher transferred? Fancher? Nah. I know him, but I don't know where they put him. Hi, Clive. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Fancher? I guess I've heard of him, but I don't know. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Never heard of him. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Looking for a bear bar, eh? Hey, what? Sorry, I don't know where they put that guy. Hey there, Moppy. Do you know where Fancher got transferred? Yeah, they upgraded him to 3D. What? I'm waiting for the punchline. What punchline? He's in cell 3D. Okay, thanks. Yeah, 3D didn't exist in 28. The guy in this cell is ignoring you and he's doing it really hard. Yell, Fancher! Wait. You're talking... I'm trying to sulk in here. Hi, my name's Skittles. I don't care. What's your sulk about? I don't like this new cell they put me in. It's exactly the same as your old cell. Yeah, but I was used to that one. Can I get a bear bar? I guess, but my supplies are low. If you want one, you'll have to swap me for something real good. Like what? A deck of loot playing cards. You gonna learn the one-handed shuffle? You got a dirty mind, kid. What? It's a neat trick. Go talk to Rimmel in 1B. He had a deck last I heard. Mine. I'm looking for some lewd playing cards. Oh, yeah, I got a bad deck of lewd playing cards. Spicy ones. Real spicy. But I ain't giving them up for free. Of course not. What do you want? I'm starving. Go to the mess hall and get me a bowl of slop. That's your request? Slop? That's what they serve in the mess hall. Ain't like we got a full lot of choices. But I can leave. I can get you anything. But I can... No, second thought, you're right. Slop it is. But not ordinary slop. Make it spicy. Real spicy. Just as spicy as these playing cards. How about you loan me the cards so I can reference them for the proper spice level as I'm getting your slop? Nice try, but no. Worth a shot. This better be the last step in this quest.
It is, yeah.
Alright then. I brought you some slop.
God, finally. Pass it here.
You hand him the bowl of slop. He tastes it and throws it away angrily.
Blech! You call this spicy? I replied. Whatever you go blind except for taste. I need spicy slop. Spicy!
Jeez, alright, Mr. Picky Eater.
What?
Nora is still coating her slop in a thick layer of pepper. Hi, Nora.
Hey, Skittles.
Can you spice up this slop?
Sure thing. How spicy do you want it?
Real spicy. Give me something more concrete to go on. Spicy as a deck of lewd playing card.
That spicy? Well, okay, if you say so.
Thank you. A plate of slop on the opposite end of the bland spicy spectrum it started out on. I brought you some slop.
Better be spicy.
You hand him the bowl of slop. He tastes and his eyes bug out.
Wow! That's a spicy slop. Jeez, my eyes are watering.
Can I have those cards now?
Yeah, I can hardly see him anyways.
Lewd playing cards. Thanks. 52 cards, each lewder than the last, and 2 jokers, which are a less scantily clad lady and more horrifyingly blood-splattered clown. Hey, Venture.
You again. What do you want?
I got your dirty playing cards.
Ah, good. Maybe this'll distract me from these slightly different cinder block walls. Here's your bear bar. Don't bother me anymore.
Thanks. A protein-packed slab of 100% pure bear squeezings.
Ew. Wording it like that.
Squeezings. Hey, Bruno. I got you a bear bar.
I was honestly worried about what you'd come back with, but that's a bear bar, all right. Here you go.
Illicit stash wax. Thanks, Bruno. The most stylish of contraband. Who was it again that wanted this? I have to go in so many places that I've forgotten. Was it Wilmer? I brought your stupid wax. Jeez, what took you so long? Oh, whatever. Not like I was going anywhere. The code is 0451. Well, of course it is. Thanks. I mean, it has to be the referential freaking number that started in System Shock and everybody uses as a reference in games everywhere. I mean, at this point, we could have guessed the freaking number. There we go. The warden's office is now unlocked. Holy jeez, this office is messed up. There's trash everywhere and blood and dark sigils. Someone even wrote a scream on the wall. Ah! This confirms that something scary happened here. There's a bunch of spooky black ritual candles on the desk, and the front of the desk drawer has a weird glyph drawn on it in blood. My shoes. You open the drawer and find your biceps. Oh, what a relief. I was afraid I'd never see you guys again. You pop them back on your arms and feel much better. However, you don't feel better about the giant demonic mouth that just tore itself open in space right next to you. I think you cheered too early. What the fuck? A gnashing maw of shadow. It seems to want to swallow you. I'm going in. The giant mouth hacks you back up like a cosmic hairball. You find yourself in a large yet squalid office, filled with assorted military memorabilia and even more assorted trash. This is clearly Bruce's office, even before you take into consideration the fact that he's standing right over there. Army. It's good. Not bad. They must have drafted a world-class copywriter for this little bit of propaganda. Ah, there he is. This is a table for playing one of those dorky war games with little lead dolls. This couch is reserved for Bruce's sweatiest naps. Bruce must have heard something he didn't like and punched a hole in his radio. Bruce scowls at you and puts out his cigar. It's time to do this. So, you slithered out of your cell, eh, maggot? Suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, and I got my biceps back too. So get ready for another beating, just like the one I gave you in the swamp. Bah, that was a lucky shot. And if you think you'll be able to pull that again here on my home turf, you've got another thing coming. And if you think I'm gonna switch allegiances and join your dark crusade or whatever, you've got another think coming. I wasn't gonna ask, I hate your guts. Fine, I hate yours too. Fine, good. I can challenge him to a brag-off? Ooh. Yeah. Let's settle this without fighting, Bruce. What? I like fighting. Why would I agree to that? Because what you really respect is strength, and fighting has too much luck involved. What this calls for is the one true man-to-man muscle versus muscle competition. You mean arm wrestling? That's right. To the death? That's right. Ah, I'm gonna make you eat those words, maggot. And your liver too. He sweeps an ashtray and other assorted trash over the top of his desk and slams an elbow on the surface. Let's do this. You set your elbow on the desk and the two of you lock hands and eyes. 3, 2, 1, go! The two of you strain against each other, teeth clenched and muscles bulging. The contest starts out fairly even, but slowly, inexorably, Bruce is pushing your hand down. A sneer twists his lip. Hold. You grind your teeth and redouble your efforts. You hold Bruce's advance and force his hand back up to the start and past it. He glares daggers at you and utters a low growl. Your hand stops. You can feel sweat rising on your face as he slowly bulldozes you back to the neutral position. Push! You force more power into your arm. It's like trying to shove over a concrete wall. But you gain a barely visible advance. And then another. And then another. You refocus on Bruce's eyes. His pupils are dilating. Further than should be possible. His eyes are entirely black now. You can see your reflection in them. And further back, tiny ancient stars. Power through. You take a slow, shuddering breath, close your eyes, and keep pushing. Bruce does not weaken. He does not tire. He does not relent. He forces you to fight for every thousandth of an inch. But after an eternity, his knuckles touch the table. Well, nuts. You lose, Bruce. He glares at you. His eyes are back to normal, though bloodshot. Are you gonna take your loss like a man? Like a soldier? Or is your general rank just stolen valor? His face turns brick red. Why, you little... I'll tell you what. I won't kill you. If you swear to act like a man of honor and leave this city, this country, and never return, I'll let you leave. All right. Fine. I admit it. You got me. I'll leave, if that's what you really want. Huh? Bruce stretches his back and shakes out his wrist. I'm disappointed, not just because I lost, but because I didn't get to show off my second form. You have a second form? Yeah, and it's wicked sweet. But if you want to see it, you'll have to fight it. No takebacks, kid. Hell yes, let's do this! Not what I was expecting. What do you think, Molly? Gotta hand it to him. His second form is pretty sweet. Shame about having to actually fight the terrifying thing. Hey, who we fighting? Apparently a friendly hobo came to help. Timmy Mac, Muscle 14, Mysticality 7, and Moxie 11. Wow. Strong guy. 94 HP. Shouldn't be too much of a trouble, though. There, your stats are as low as they can get. Let's see. Armor lowering. I mean, he's got some really strong physical armor, but I do have lots of elemental attacks. Throw that. Throw that. Might as well use the crushed ice on him. That's 20 damage. Oh, I'm bleeding. Yeah. And then hunt damage. Put you more on fire. And then slice you. 17 physical damage. All right, go, go, go. Hobo Mac. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You won! Wow! Take that, forces of darkness! At ease, General. Bruce's food-stained desk. You search through the cigar butts, old receipts, and candy wrappers, but don't find any information about Uncle Murray. You do, however, find a key to the Black House. A little slab of weird metal chain to a souvenir keychain shaped like the Black House. Assuming this is a two-way horrible Shadow Maw, wanna go back to the warden's office? Sure. Yikes. Too bad I can't tell them that, hey, happy news, Bruce is gone. Alright, let's go to the Black House. A movement catches the corner of your eye. You turn to see several tall, long-limbed figures gliding toward you. They twist and twirl as gracefully as ballerinas as they approach, but this beauty is contradicted by their heads, which are indescribable shadows. And I'm not using indescribable as a horror cop-out. I'm literally uncertain about what's going on in their head area. They have like a winged collar, or maybe side horns, but I think that's a mouth on it? I don't know. Fight them and see for yourself, it's weird. Yeah, they're the ballerinas. Ballet dancers. Weak to hot damage. Huh. I'll just use my pepper mill. Ow. This should take care of you. 184 HP damage. Hey, ballet slippers. You won. I guess their pas de deux was a pas de don't. Ballet slippers, swan cake, shredded tutu, and Shepherd the Nutcracker. Another new familiar, a horrifying little creambow buddy. Attacks enemies and reduces their stats. As shredded as your exposed thighs will look when you're wearing it. Curiously, these shoes are designed to facilitate terrible foot damage instead of preventing them. Cause you to walk like a ballet dancer. An elegant cake adorned with what you sincerely hope are fake feathers. The action is clearly not in that direction. I'm gonna go anyways. Because before we go in, they're new shoes. Freaking xylophone. I also like it, and then now we have the whistling power, we are whistling. Anyways, before we end the whole game, god damn, you are broken. Like, seriously broken. This controller is just dying now. I even took out the battery because I thought that battery is the problem. No, there's some kind of wiring problem happening inside it. Definitely something wrong inside of it. That is one dead controller. Or about to be dead. Anyway, Soy Munch. Let's do that before we end the game. That's what I was trying to say. Oh boy. Street cast closed again. I didn't even touch you. I'm not even touching you. Why are you disconnecting? I mean, you know, you're wired. Seriously. It is so breaking up. My boy Socks is here. Look at him sitting up there so happily. And there's a sleepy Gabriel. Just like probably in real life.
Adorbs.
Quite a few kitty cats. Oh. Today is a very sweaty day because earlier in the day it rained for almost an hour. And it was heavy rain for at least 20 minutes. And now, sunshine and hot weather. Ugh. It's the worst kind of weather. First rain and then sunshine. That is hot sunshine. Like the rest of the week is just gonna get warmer. Over 25 now. Ugh.
Yum 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 yum.
Spinach crepes with cheese. If anybody's been wondering why Zelda is not here today to do some voice acting, he is busy at work. He told me that he will have a really busy week today at work. So it might be that we won't be seeing him very often this week. No wonder the tune sounded familiar. It's Bionic Commando, but it's the Amiga version. Apparently we're in the big moist now. According to the music. Nothing wrong with pasta. It's always good. I mean, for breakfast I had noodles. Excuse me. Ooh. Ooh. I was hungry. Hungrier than I actually expected. So I devoured those crepes. Hey, Timur! And also devouring them so fast that now I feel... now I feel the heat. Curry and rice. Good choice. I haven't had a proper curry in a long while. One cool thing about the game is that there are several different endings on how you defeat the final boss, so to speak, how you save the world. I think I'm gonna go with a special one. I just checked out on different endings, and I think I know which one I'm gonna take. Whoops. Clicked a bit too early there. The music's not done yet. Now it's done. Nothing really in here for sale that I need. All right. I think we're ready to rock and roll, as in ready to finish the game. Still a little bit to do here. You encounter the collapsed stone walls of a massive edifice, an adult bookstore if you had to guess, based on features I will not describe in detail. Commune with the stone. The stone immediately opens up to you. Too much, in fact. You learn things about the stone's personal life that you didn't need to know. Ugh. Let's unlock it with Bruce's key. You slide the key into the lock and turn. Both key and lock suddenly disintegrate, leaving the gate unsecured.
You're too late.
Ow. Bitch. What? Babe! It's Uncle Murray. Uncle Murray, are you okay?
Surprisingly fine, kiddo. I'm not sure what they didn't just why they didn't just murder me, but I'm glad they did it.
Me too. We got to stop the president from doing whatever her crazy plan is.
All right, we do.
But wait a minute. What's that? What's what?
You got something behind your ear.
Jeez. Don't ever change, Uncle Murray. What happened to you?
Well, Jessica told you how I've been hunting a series of cursed artifacts, right?
Yeah, that's how I found you. We've been using the Detectotron to find more of them to try and follow your trail.
So Charles got that thing working finally. That sure would have saved me some trouble. Anyway, a fella sold me a pen that could only write obscenities. Turned out with a little coaxing, you could also get it to write its real owner's current address, which was here. I wrote that letter to you before coming to stake out the place. They caught me while I was snooping around.
Who is this president woman?
I don't know much about her. Just her name's Margaret something and Dooley. Say again? Dooley. Quit mumbling, I'm old.
Dooley! Her name's Margaret Dooley.
That's weird. I can't hear you say her last name. How'd you find it out?
I'm not sure, actually.
11 years ago, her barn exploded. That's how we found out. That's where all the artifacts came from, I think. There was stuff that was in the barn at the time.
There must have been one heck of an explosion.
No kidding. 5 years later, she is a city comptroller. And now I guess she's shadow president? Whatever that is.
What is she planning?
Wish I do. She built some kind of crazy machine, but I don't know exactly what it's for. With the amount of shadow energy she's collecting to power it, it can't be anything good.
How do we stop her?
Well, she set up 3 big weird pylons or obelisks or something. I think their function is to pull shadow energy directly out of wherever it comes from and then pump it into her machine here in the Black House. So we should destroy those? Yep. Ideally, before her machine does whatever it's meant for doing. Destroy 3 things. Good. It's nice to have a specific, straightforward goal for once. I'm pretty sure I've seen all 3 of them before. Not far from here, yeah? Somewhere in the government valley. Past that, I'm not sure. I guess that was all of my questions. But all the immediately relevant ones. Then we better get moving. Yeah, let's go. Uncle Murray looks worried but relieved to see you. Whatever this is measuring, you don't want any of it. You aren't getting in there unless you've discovered the secret of phasing through solid steel, which I'm pretty sure you haven't. This machine indicates the level of ambient awfulness. You can't even figure this thing out enough to sabotage it. Return to gate?
Yes, please.
So one of us here. You encounter the stone foundation of a bakery that appears to have suffered some kind of massive explosion. The foundation knows it is strong, but it regrets not being strong enough to save the rest of the bakery from the massive explosion. Next time, it will try harder. This payphone is ringing. Hello? Oh, that's Rufus.
Oh, weird. Hey, is that Abe? This is Rufus. Rufus, how did you know I was here? I didn't. It's just a coincidence. My brother hunted the dice, calculated that as the best spot to open a wormhole to its location. Since there's a payphone there, I figured I'd call ahead to check. Wormhole? I thought it was a communications device. Well, it turns out the Pearl is crazy powerful, and wormholes are a form of communication according to there's a crazy shadow pillar thing here. I could use some help dealing with it. That explains some of these readings. Hang on, I'll be right there. Good luck, Rufus. Well, whatever he did, he just destroyed this whole thing. This twisted pylon has been destroyed. An ordinary phone booth. Ignore it. Done. Mary's expression is a jumble of excitement, awe, and fear. This may be unclear from the picture. One down, 2 to go. At least now we know what we're dealing with. You encounter another group of those guys whom you might categorize as cultists, except you can't imagine them carrying out any ceremony more somber and intricate than set each other on fire while yelling. But hey, I'm not a religious type, but what do I know? No, it was the Vista Hill. Hello? Ah, Abe, Don Tolberone vocalizing. I've become attenuated to the fact that you are in necessity of some assassination. How did you know where I was?
You're one of the family now. If you know something, we know something. I sure hope that isn't how it works, but as it happens, I really could use some help here. I will send assistance immediate amount, and their arrival will be forthwith.
Great.
Thanks. Wait for the cavalry. Damn. That's a lot of mobsters. They sure did shoot the shit out of that shit. They even killed the music. They were that effective.
With a sinister hissing and blah blah blah.
Should we check out Rufus? I mean, we might as well. I'm sure he just sent those, he sent those, wormholes in. Not traveled them himself. No, he's gone. He opened up the portal to find his brother, and also those portals to destroy the pylon. Alright. He up, and away. Well, good luck to him. Maybe he'll find the hero of West of Loathing. AKA his brother. You hear panting behind you that sounds like if you repeatedly scuffed coarse sandpaper across the living room carpet, followed by a screech that sounds like your mom catching you doing that. Another one of those massive black shadow dogs crouches, prepared to leap. It isn't gonna wait until your father gets home. Shadow bonk.
Hey!
Bitch. Hello? Abe, this is Johnny, the Hobo King. My secret Hobo King powers alerted me that you might be in need. How did you know what number to call? I just picked up my phone and it connected me to you. Is that not how phones work? Anyway, yes, I do need some help. There's a big weird pillar thing here that needs to be destroyed. No problem, I'll send a crew of hobos immediately. Thanks. Here the boys come. Thanks, guys. As if I couldn't do that myself. There, that's the last one. Alright, that's the last one. Come on, we got to get back to the Black House and put a stop to whatever Resonance plan is. Which might be world domination or world destruction or maybe both? Honestly, with as much as I was able to learn before they caught me, that's a real glaring gap in my knowledge. Let's go! But first, Ocean City. Like I said, I have a specific kind of an ending in mind, and for that, I actually need Barker. Of all things. Hey, Barker! Are you behaving yourself? Who's a good boy? Arf, arf. Wanna go for a Wookiee? Wookiees? Heck yeah. Barker wags his tail happily as you approach. Hey there, Barker. Who's a good boy? Yeah, this place gives me the heebie-jeebies too. Let's do what we gotta and get out of here. Another squad? Gang? Murder? of ballerinas pirouettes toward you. Looks like it's time for a grand battement, where battement is a ballet term meaning beating, although they probably don't usually mean it in that regular sense. In this context, though, yeah. $200 HP. Ballerina tea. Guess their pas de deux was a pas de don't. This is a tea that the ballerinas drink to suppress their appetites and help them stay fit. You sure hope that within the next 100 years or so, society starts to broadly reject stuff like this. Ah! It's another group of those poor, shadow-crazed people. One of them seems to be trying to eat his own face without taking it off first, and the others are providing supportive noise. It's sad stuff, but the concept of therapy has barely just been invented, let alone refined in any way, so there isn't much you can do for them, other than try desperately not to get murdered by them. Which, let's be honest here, is really more for your own benefit. Uncle Mary looks worried but ready for action. Ah, the steel plate is gone. You rush into the foyer of the Black House. Mary leads you up a corridor and down a flight of stairs to a huge basement laboratory. The room is dominated by a massive writing tear in space, seemingly confined to an abratainium frame. The president is typing furiously at a computer console nearby, but she turns around momentarily when you enter. She glares at you, practically hissing.
I knew I should have trusted that idiot Bruce to deal with you. I noticed the shadow flow has dropped back to ambient levels. I assume that was your doing.
Yeah, I busted your weird pillars and now I'm busting you.
Oh, no. I'd be real upset if you weren't too late.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, nuts to you. The portal is open, and after I make these last few calibrations, the Emperor of all Shadows will be summoned to this plane to kneel before me. I will rule this universe, not as the President of Shadows, but the Empress.
Wow, that's a much bigger goal than I was expecting.
Yeah, well, go big or go home, right? Anyway, don't try to stop me. Without my attention at this console to keep the reaction steady, this thing could implode and turn the whole tri-state area into a smoking crater.
Jeez. Okay, well, mind if I have a look around?
Sure, whatever. Just don't pester me unless you want everyone who ever heard of you to die.
Okay. Mary is holding a weird something? At some point, this horrible project must have involved some chemistry. I can still make potions. These chemicals are as dangerous as a barrel of monkeys with shotguns for arms. This desk has seen a lot, especially recently. This workbench is littered with tools, both mundane and arcane. This bed clearly hasn't been slept in for weeks. A sad little hot plate on a sad medium-sized room temperature crate. Hey, I can make food items. Real useful now. Mostly just engineering and occult books. What's this? The complete works of Schmidtlund Plenser. I don't think we need it. Not for this ending. Still, I'm curious about it. I'm gonna grab it. A well-worn and thoroughly read book of a terrible late 16th century poetry. Ugh. You're scared that if you interrupt her, the entire universe might blow up, or at least the tri-state area. What's that? Another Umbradratanium bomb. I coupled it together from parts I found lying around while you were distracting the president. Good job. Oh, no problem. Yeah, that was intentional. But, what's your plan exactly? And from what she said, it sounded pretty bad to mess with this stuff. She's trying to summon something, right? I figured by applying enough pressure at just the right time, we could reverse the flow and make it an out portal instead of an in portal. Ah, I get it. So it'll suck her out into space and no more problem. Well, not exactly. Or rather, yes, but that's not the end of it. We also have to take care of whatever is waiting on the other side of that portal. Oh. Oh, you're saying I have to go through and fight it, aren't you? I don't know if it'll be a literal fight or what, but yeah, that's the long and short of it, kiddo. This is the end game, and there's no coming back from this. Are you ready? Well, actually, let me be more explicit. This is literally the end game. Once I set off this bomb and you go through that portal, you can't come back and the game ends one way or another. But nothing gets saved after you go, so you can reload back to here, and keep playing afterwards. I don't really understand what you mean by that. That's okay, kiddo. It wasn't really you I was talking to. Let me take care of something first. So I guess it's after he throws. Still haven't uncursed that key. It's not really necessary. The uncursed key is used for, you know, it's a proper tool because it opens every lock possible, almost every lock possible. So it's a very useful key. And if I uncurse it, it just turns into an accessory that is not, that's just a, you know. So I don't, unless you guys want to see me do the uncursing. I mean, it's its own scenario. Sure. Let's uncurse the key. I mean, it's we don't use it anymore. We don't use it. Anyway. On a stick, huh? Want me to throw it? Here. Let me have it. No, look, you have to give it to me so I can... Fine, fine. Keep it then. Muscle increased by 1. Alright. We even got that done, huh? Upgrade for Barker. The cursed key. The key jumps up to the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking and keening, that's the sound the keys make, against the metal. The lights in the store whine, flicker, and then cut out completely. Dang it! No, it doesn't. Nope. Wait it out. Only when the power is out does the key come down, give up the most odious part of itself to the machine, and drop back down on your lap. Light returns to the store. Fixed it! We had a spare light bulb under the cat. The key's curse lingers in the machine. It itself an arcane lock to be solved only by a projection of consciousness. I'll do it. Not now, anyway. Putting that terrible key on the chain has rendered it decorative. Uncurse. Nope. I need project. Project. Oh, it's the train. We are the detective. I've assembled everyone just as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife, the 2 men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess the truth of this murder continues to elude me, but note that you are soon to enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and observation. May I inspect the body again? No, that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I see. But I will tell you again what I know. At 11:13 a.m., the professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At that time, Mrs. Ryokenshi and Mr. Andretti were the only passengers present in this car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you to deduce. Detective, I need a moment. Niccolo Andretti, a businessman. The businessman Andretti adjusts his cufflinks. I told you I'd never even heard of this man. I know of Burgerworth College, of course, but it's an excellent institution. But I didn't know he was a professor there. Now come on, let's not delay our journey further. I'm traveling with the 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. You observe closely to see what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar, whose local brand of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Almodovar don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison. Lethal to when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies in the resume on that table, and the name printed on it, Martin Perry. Yume Ryokenshi, the victim's wife. The widow Ryokenshi dabs her eyes with a handkerchief embroidered with the words mourning rags and wipes.
A moment's privacy, please, detective. I had nothing to do with my husband's death and no reason to want him gone. He was a kind man and not a rich one. Everything he made, he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. That's the largest collection in the world. We were traveling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city, but that won't happen now.
Detective mode. You deduce that you should make some observations. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says you had no reason to wish her husband dead, but the chemical stain in her cuticles and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly. But the dose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern of the medial cleft below the nostrils. It's called Peter's philtrum, and it's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. Martin Perry, a youth. The young man is absent-mindedly but methodically disassembling and reassembling a fountain pen. It's as I said, as the man was a professor of mine at Burgerworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D. But that's no reason to kill a man, wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the laboratory trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. The perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? Deductive observations wing about your mind. He's right. A mere C and D are no reason to kill one's professor. But what is the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen and the train lavatory. He fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for cardons. Nobody would be able to unless the professor who awarded those ignominious grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be void, and this young man could take a plum job in car manufacture and start earning the big bucks. The train coroner. Yes, detective? I've solved this murder. It was never in doubt, detective. Now tell us. Tell us all. What happened here? The victim was poisoned by Yume Ryokenshi. What? Please, all will become clear. The victim was poisoned by Yume Ryokenshi with exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree. To avoid Martin Perry's cardon's grade so he could make towers for Monsieur Andretti. Young Martin Perry dreams of working on cars, and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory. But Master Perry's professor has effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce, unemployable. What to do? Kill the professor, of course, and avoid the odious grade. Here the plot becomes most wretched.
Master Perry's mother, Yume Ryokenshi, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Perry and Monsieur Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Miss Ryokenshi. And voila. No more professor, no more cardons. But there is one thing our 3 conspirators did not count on. Me. Pause for applause. I'm not ashamed. Any parent, sir, would do the same.
As would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires.
If you call someone a cardons, you're branding them for life. Now you're responsible for anything that happens next.
How awful! The 3 of them in it together? Tell you what, detective, at the next stop they can all get out and take the bus.
A sick business.
Quite so, but a wonderful feeling. I think to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction and observation, and to use them. Here's another, a gift that is. Call it a reward. Mysterious owl ring. Nice ring, isn't it? Look at what the rewards accrue to the powerful. Look how the world itself reveals itself at your touch.
I must take my leave. Huh. That was not the right answer. I confess, detective, I supplied the poison that had killed the professor. But wasn't it worth it? Look at this resume of Martin Perry. Look at these interesting ideas he has about tires. Bouncier, globular, backwards. Is that the life of one man worth more than bringing new and innovative wheels to the world? Yes, I did it. I did so I could hire Mr. Perry, and I would do it again tomorrow. I don't lie, detective. You would too. I admit, detective, I poisoned my husband. But spare me the reproach. Wouldn't you do just as I did if some scoundrel of the ivory tower branded your son as cardons? No? Then I dare say you are not a parent, sir. You really are as good as the papers say, detective, to sniff out that my C and D grades stood for cardons. Yes, I put the whole plot in motion, of course I did. Getting called a cardons ruined any shot I had at a career in wheels. But a man's entitled to make a living, wouldn't you agree? This was the only way. The victim was poisoned by Niccolo Andretti with exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree to avoid Martin Perry's cardons grade so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. What are you doing, detective? You've already solved the case. You were given great power and you used it. Don't you remember? Don't you remember the ring? You're being foolish now. Yeah, but I can't do anything with the ring. And if I leave, it will be unresolved. So yeah, I told the wrong story. Victim was stabbed by a giant dog with a katana out of curiosity. You're a fool! A fool! I gave you great powers of deduction and observation. I gave you the power to bend back the skin of the world and sniff up its insides. How dare you to waste it? You really want to live without this power? You really want to live in the dark? You're a fool, and I wouldn't sully that ring on the finger of a fool. Give it back now. You don't deserve it. I uncurse you. So I really needed to just foil the whole tale. So, did that curse effectively try to bribe you into not destroying it? That's a little disconcerting. You look at the key that once harbored its shadowy magic. It shimmers in the light.
You check your finger and pockets, no mysterious O-ring. You are reminded of the great figures of history who wielded incredible power and chose to give it up. You can't think of anyone specifically, but the concept is interesting to consider. Who's someone famous who gave up great power?
He's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to at a buffet.
I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor that Anne Boleyn had access to a tank, but chose not to use it. No need, she says. And you know what else had a tank? Who else had a tank? Walt Whitman. Interesting. Putting the terrible key on the chain has rendered it decorative. Plus 50 to item drops. Yep. So not the most exciting uncursed thing. So now we can go back to the Black House and end the story. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay, it was good seeing you again, kiddo. I think I got this bomb wired so I could toss it and set it off from here by overloading this other who's it, which hopefully won't end up getting me killed. But whatever happens, you gotta jump through right away. I don't know how much time you'll have.
Jeez, okay. Be careful.
You too, kiddo. Ready?
Yeah.
No! Ah!
Here goes nothing!
Arf, arf, arf.
Resolution. You and Barker and the President and her machines and a sizable chunk of the floor appear in the middle of a pale void, lit by the just arrived light of stars that burned out uncountable eons ago.
Ah! No! What did you do?
Throw a little monkey wrench into your plans.
Don't try to act cool about this. You don't have the slightest idea what kind of power you're messing with.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Welcome, playthings.
You look over to the right, where you see a hovering swarm of giant mouths and eyes. You get the feeling that this is your brain's best attempt to render what you're actually seeing in a way that it won't simply annihilate your mind.
In particular, that.
Oh.
Was this whole deal just a giant monkey's paw? Like, did I achieve ultimate power, but also got cursed to be constantly surrounded by morons?
Hey,
the portal frame still looks intact. Maybe I can reopen it and fix this.
oh, you can get us back?
I can get me back and then continue with my plan to summon the Emperor to our universe under controllable conditions as intended, yes?
What if I don't want you to do that?
Do I look like someone who gives a hot crap what you want? Go away. Go die in the void.
Jeez, somebody's cranky. Yeesh. So that is the thing that is the causing all the shadow taint in the world. Well, she is the cause of it, but that's what is the power of it. Just mouths and eyes. Ugh. But we're here for a specific ending. Let's do it. Barring your access to the control console is the President of Shadows. Interrupt her imaginations. Hi. She grinds her teeth and ignores you. Any chance I could get you to give up on your plan to enslave humanity and the universe in general?
Johnson Christ. If I had brought a gun with me, you would be so dead right now. Arf, arf, woof.
What is it, Barker? Barker trots up to the President, yapping excitedly. He doesn't seem angry at all.
What the hell is this thing?
Hey, don't call my dog a thing. He's a very good boy.
That's a dog? You've got to be... Why is it wearing Daisy's collar?
Arf, arf, tail wag. Beats me. He found it somewhere.
I was going to make everything really nice for dogs. What happened to that? The humans are garbage, but the dogs... Did it do anything to deserve this? Arf, woof. When did I forget?
She wanders away from the terminal, deep in thought. Good boy, Barker. Apparently, she also changed? The President of Shadows is just standing here, thinking about what she has done. With the President gone, the console is accessible. You quickly look over the controls and readouts. It's a complicated system, but you manage to figure out the two most straightforward buttons. The red button will open the portal and unleash the shadow. You will be my trusted lieutenant. The green button will turn off the machine. You will be trapped here with me. Press the green button. Oh, the TV's on. Of all the pups in his litter, Barker is the one who saved the universe the most times. Yeah, Barker saved the universe. Woo! Achievement unlocked. After the metaphorical smoke cleared, you found yourself stuck in the weird extra-dimensional space where the final showdown happened. You waited, and waited, and waited. At least Barker was there to keep you company. Mary's bomb blasted him past the borders of reality. He drifted outside of the world for a span of time that might have been 5 minutes or 5,000 years. The only way to be sure is to not press a key for 5,000 years. Then you'll know it was that long. A few weeks later, Jessica accidentally activated the failsafe interdimensional homing teleporter Murray had left in one of his desk drawers. She was looking for a pen. You and Murray were wrenched through the ether and unceremoniously dumped on the floor of the antique store. After spending a reasonable amount of time patting one another on the back, you started searching for the next eldritch horror on Murray's big list of cosmic threats. The world is always under existential threat if you know where to look, and Murray always knows where to look. Thanks to your mob connections, Murray has a lot more meat at his disposal than he's accustomed to. That should make the next old god easier to deal with. The Sunken Bar did a brisk trade until the end of Prohibition, at which point it did an even brisker one. Obi decided to leave the hobo's life behind and just play the oboe full time. When they started televising underground bare-knuckle boxing, Gabby got really excited and joined a league. Her combat style was a mixture of different martial arts that came to be known as super weird fighting. Molly and Nancy went on to become the most notorious bank-robbing duo in history. They were last seen somewhere in Bolivia. After your adventures were over, Alphonse returned to his terrible family in the swamp. Thanks to your tireless crime fighting, the streets of Ocean City have never been safer. King Johnny got the camp loaded into the ocean, with Samuel and Agamemnon doing most of the heavy lifting. With the wind at their backs, they set sail for distant shores. Thanks to Ovid and Croesus, the expedition was comfortable and well-funded. It got a little boring at times, but Dusty brought a deck of cards. Whenever anybody got scratched up or seasick, Doc was there to provide some medical attention. The nights were cold, but between Beatrice's wool and Calendula's moonshine, everybody kept pretty cozy. They ate cream fish thanks to Walter and Creamy Sneeve. Cornelius and Beanies provided cornbread and beans. Mossman provided fine herbs and exotic spices. After a long and difficult journey, they arrived at the land they had promised to themselves. They founded a new nation, a nation of hobos, by hobos, for hobos, with liberty and justice for hobos. Marvin went on to set the world record for mailbox sitting. He held the record for nearly a week. He has recently become interested in flagpoles. The bishop's inspection went swimmingly, and the vicar of St. Polycarp's was soon promoted to vice pope. With that whole grisly murder business behind her, Miss Brewster went on to win the Boarding House of the Decade award from the International Salesmen's League. Crystal's store was moderately successful, but she was confident that in about 40 years, business would boom. Greta wisely invested all of the meat you spent at her store and eventually expanded into a nationwide chain. Gretco. 70 years from now, the historical village of Sandwich is still a popular tourist attraction. It's particularly popular among mixed-up hipsters who get it confused with Sandwich, Brooklyn. Josie Morton went on to discover a new extremely volatile isotope of hypercrystalline thaumatorphic diorite. With it, she eventually invented the devastating weapon that brought about the end of the Skeleton Wars. History mostly remembers her for what she said after the weapon's first successful field test. "I am become death's death, destroyer of skeletons." Your championship trophy remains the crowning achievement of the SIT food fight team. This is mostly true because they never won another one before the program was cancelled. Clement Jarvis Schlitz evaded capture by adopting the aliases Jarvis James and Clem Bartles, respectively. After Prohibition ended, they had a long and illustrious career in the getting the people drunk industry. In 1981, Mudhenge was acquired by the Stonehenge Corporation, renamed Stonehenge Mud, and shut down. In 100 years, you were the only non-nudist to find its center. With your help, Rhonda Rasmussen became the first person in history to fly all the way around the swamp. Her fame lasted until nearly a month later when Charles Lindbergh was seen buying a new set of shoelaces. Frogger Haim turned the Haim Quarry into an ecologically responsible workers' collective, which did quite well. He spent most of his share of the profits on fast cars, sandwiches, and open-minded women. Occam's Gator became the majority shareholder in Largemouth Bass & Sons and replaced the staff with graduates willing to work for exposure to fish. Paul Leathers used his new tongue to preach nonviolence and counseled many a troubled youth away from a life of big game hunting. To appease his brother, John Leathers agreed to read a book on pacifism. In time, the wreck of the Longfellow was swallowed whole by the swamp. Though a boat may be long, naught is longer than nature's mouth. The kid with glasses spent a week bragging after you proved his theory about big hands. The plant kid will happily wear Mossman's mustache for the rest of his life. Hey, Denarian. The chemist kid is still reeling from the whiff of the smell of the wisp you brought her. The radio kid still proudly wears the feather you brought him from Barbary Argara. The kid with the wrench still tells stories about the time you captured the Chuparana. The fly girl is still grateful for the chest hair you brought her from Flemberg. Will Hunter moved to international waters to escape federal prosecution for marble fraud. The Moros place remained uninhabited until the 1990s, when it became a hotbed for swinging sexy singles. With no natural predators to thin their numbers, Macmillan Cuddy's sheep bred out of control. He went on to become the region's primary supplier of both mittens and mutton. Despite all your efforts, the maze stayed pretty much exactly the same. Forever. Billy made sure of that. Stupid Billy. The workers of the Ford compound were able to get the factory machinery back up and running. After months of research and hard work, they were finally able to make a car entirely out of beans. It smelled awful, and nobody would buy it, so they ended up abandoning it on the streets of Ocean City. The old ham mill never spun again. Rufus emerged from his portal somewhere deep underground. He didn't know where he was, but he knew he was some one step closer to his brother. That was all that mattered. The end. There we go. Shadows over Loathing by Asymmetric Games. Whoa. Fantastic game. Violin, cello, banjo, whistling, whistle, recording, traffic fatalities, still great. Mr. Lieutenant Time Bunkers, still great. It is a lot longer, yeah. I mean, when I streamed West of Loathing, it took about 9 streams to get through. This is stream 12. So yeah, this is a lot longer game. Doesn't make it, you know, worse. Just makes it better because there's so much to do and so many characters and so much hilarious text. Development pets: Bats the dog, Cookie the dog, Loki, Monocle, Moxie, Oscar, Penny, Roxy, Stinko, and Whiskey. Thanks so much for playing our game. We know it took significant time and effort to get here, and we appreciate your attention and endeavors. You rock. You're welcome. And then there was, of course, West of Loathing and Kingdom of Loathing.